Zhang Yi followed the map given to him by Bailey Chang Qing and came to the door of the bar called Password. When he arrived here, he found that the Password bar was different. There were many modified snowmobiles parked around, similar to the ones driven by Bian Junwoo and others. And most of the people who came in and out of here were people with a fierce aura. If they are not senior members of the Defense Army, they must be members of the investigation team. It seems that this is a place similar to the Veterans Club. But it is normal for Bailey Chang Qing to like to come to this kind of place. He was originally from the military. Zhang Yi came to the door of the bar and was immediately stopped by two guards in black membership system, and those who can come here are basically familiar faces. And they saw that Zhang Yi's face was unfamiliar, so they stopped him for questioning. Zhang Yi smiled and said, "Wait a moment." After he said that, he dialed Bailey Chang Qing's phone. Bailey Chang Qing just said, "Give them the phone." Zhang Yi handed the phone to the two guards, and after they took it, their expressions soon became respectful. For them, being the captain of the investigation team is almost the pinnacle of their career. "Excuse me, sir. I didn't know you were a friend of the VIP. Please come in." Two guards respectfully made way for Zhang Yi. This also made Zhang Yi realize that Bailey Chang Qing's current status in Blizzard City is indeed not low. No wonder he wanted to be the captain so much at the beginning. It is indeed a lot of benefits, and the status has been improved by several levels. Zhang Yi walked into the bar. Immediately, a sexy waitress in a rabbit costume came to greet him. "Excuse me, are you Mr. Zhang Yi? Captain Bailey asked me to show you the way." Zhang Yi said lightly, "It's me." The waitress turned around with a smile. "Please follow me." After entering the bar, Zhang Yi felt the chaotic atmosphere inside. The smell of alcohol filled the air, and the man's hearty laughter was particularly clear. But the waitress in red took Zhang Yi to an elevator. Seeing Zhang Yi's puzzled eyes, the lady in a bunny costume smiled and said, "The first floor is for ordinary customers, and the upper floors are for VIP customers. After all, those big shots with status and position can't drink in a noisy place like ordinary people, right?" Zhang Yi smiled and said, "The hierarchy is really strict." The lady in a bunny costume covered her mouth and chuckled. "Of course! No matter when, social stratification is an inevitable event." A strange light flashed in her eyes. With her experience of seeing countless people, she could naturally see that Zhang Yi was extraordinary. Although Zhang Yi did not have the demeanor of a nobleman, his calm attitude did not seem to be disguised at all. I think he must be an experienced man. As a waitress here, she would not miss any opportunity to please the big shots. I just hope that one day I can climb up the ladder and become someone who can live in Area A. "You look unfamiliar. You must have just come here from the outside world, right?" she asked with a smile. Zhang Yi's mouth curled up slightly, but he just smiled faintly, but did not answer her question. Inquire about his information? Do you really think he is a novice? Zhang Yi has always been strictly confidential about his personal information and will not easily reveal it to anyone. Seeing that Zhang Yi ignored her, the waitress's smile became more intense, but a fleeting displeasure flashed in the depths of her eyes. Soon the elevator stopped on the 13th floor. The waitress smiled and stretched out her hand and said, "We are here. The person waiting for you is here, please, sir." Zhang Yi put his hands in his pockets, nodded politely to her, and walked out of the elevator. He thought he would see the familiar face of Bailey Chang Qing. But he didn't expect that after walking out of the elevator door, he entered a very large and empty room. In the middle of the room was a chair on which sat a man with long silver hair and a handsome and strange appearance. He held a glass of red wine in his hand, sitting lazily on the gorgeous chair, looking at Zhang Yi with a smile like a gentleman. Zhang Yi had a puzzled look on his face when he saw him. He had clearly come here to find Bailey Chang Qing. So how come there was a strange man? Where is Bailey Chang Qing? Did the waiter seem to have taken me the wrong way? I'll leave now. Zhang Yi had a puzzled look on his face when he saw him. He had clearly come here to find Bailey Chang Qing, so how come there was a strange man or woman in front of him? He looked around in surprise and made sure that there was no one else in the room. He said embarrassedly, "Sorry, the waiter seems to have taken me the wrong way. I'll leave now." But at this time, the man spoke, and it was the man's voice. "No, you didn't go to the wrong place. I asked her to take you here." Zhang Yi's eyes flashed. "Oh? But I don't seem to know you." The man said to himself, "Your name is Zhang Yi, right? A person who can be personally received by Bailey Changqing should still have some ability." At this point, he spread his hands. "Of course, I don't particularly recognize him as the captain. It's just that I have heard a little about you." Zhang Yi's expression became serious. The other party's tone was a bit loud, and he didn't take Bailey Changqing seriously. Moreover, he dared to cross Bailey Changqing and let someone bring him here. I wonder what his intentions are. Could it be that he knows his background? "Who are you?" The handsome man glanced at Zhang Yi, his peach-like slender eyes with a playful smile. "You should have heard of my legend. My name is Deng Shentong." Zhang Yi. He didn't know where the man in front of him got his confidence from. But when the other party spoke, that kind of confidence was about to overflow, as if knowing his name was a matter of course. Zhang Yi had to smile awkwardly. "I have heard of you for a long time." But this perfunctory tone obviously made Deng Shentong very dissatisfied. His face changed, and he frowned and said, "You haven't heard of my name?" Zhang Yi didn't want to talk nonsense with this person. He brought him here without his permission, delayed his search for Bailey Changqing, and was still being self-indulgent here. It was really perverted. "I'm not from Blizzard City. What's so strange about not having heard of your name? I still have to meet my friends, so I won't accompany you for long." After Zhang Yi said this, he was ready to turn around and leave. But the next moment, a hand suddenly rested on his shoulder. Zhang Yi's eyes tightened, and he instinctively chopped out with his backhand but was easily blocked by the other party. "Don't be nervous. I just want to see who Bailey Changqing's guest is." When Zhang Yi turned around, he saw his appearance. It was Deng Shentong himself. But Zhang Yi turned back in surprise and saw Deng Shentong sitting on a chair, drinking red wine elegantly. "Twins?" Deng Shentong. Two people spoke at the same time, saying the same words. The voice echoed in the air, and suddenly it seemed as if countless people spoke at the same time. Originally, there were only two figures in the room, but suddenly they turned into 10, 20. They all looked the same, and the voices were erratic, and no one knew where they came from. Zhang Yi had no idea what the other party's ability was, and he became more cautious. "I heard that you are a space-based mutant. Can you let me see your ability? I really need such a member in my team. If your ability is good, I can consider letting you be a substitute for the God team." Zhang Yi was a little angry at this time. The man in front of him maintained a high profile from beginning to end. Moreover, Zhang Yi said, "You arrogant fellow, you will regret your action." Although he didn't know what the other party's ability was, Zhang Yi was never a person who could be easily manipulated. There was a glimmer in his eye. He was ready to distance himself and then defend and counterattack, if necessary at this distance. It's not impossible for me to let you witness my Kamui. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.